turn those over to the contractor for their first order assessments, as well as scoping out what that work looks like.
Colonel Goodfellow expects it will take the remediation experts another month just to finish assessing the damage to buildings, in addition to removing the expensive communication equipment held inside. The flooding has also brought unique safety concerns. The EPA says it has coordinators on site working to prevent chemical spills, like one from this million-gallon diesel fuel tank, tipped over by the floodwaters.
Can you talk a little bit about how safety is maintained and health quality is maintained as the remediation starts?
Safety is job one for Team Offutt, has been, so it's kind of second nature to us. But as the floodwaters came in, safety was paramount. We did a step-by-step process of shutting down facilities, shutting down power associated with that. And then at the recovery phase of it, we had professionals, environmentalists, as well as fire inspectors go into each facility and clear them for return of personnel to collect personal items.
Officials expect rebuilding the base will be costly and time-consuming. The U.S. Air Force had said it needs almost $5 billion between now and 2021 to repair Offutt and Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida, which took a direct hit from Hurricane Michael in October 2018. But even if Congress approves funds for repairs, it could take a long time to put them to use. In 2011, floodwaters got to within 50 feet of Offutt's runway. It took 6 years for the Army Corps of Engineers to approve construction, and work was about to start when the current flood put everything on hold again.
We are recovering, but it's going to take months, and the dollar values is, just a number that we're looking at today is hundreds of millions of dollars. Until we get that full assessment done, we'll have a better value for you in the upcoming weeks and months.
This week is National Volunteer Week, and Governor Pete Ricketts is encouraging you to volunteer for organizations dedicated to flood relief efforts. He says following this spring's floods, Nebraskans face enormous challenges. As neighbors step up to help neighbors, we will overcome and rebuild an even stronger Nebraska. The spring game is just a few days away, and Husker football is using the game to help those hit hardest by the floods. They tweeted out a reminder today asking fans to help out if they can. Cash donations will be collected at each gate at Memorial Stadium. That money will go to the American Red Cross. And we are just 3 days away from this year's Red-White Spring Game, and although the game is officially sold out, there are still tickets available on the secondary market. But will it cost you a pretty penny for a seat to the game? Phil Bergman has more.
72 hours out from the spring game, and excitement is high heading into year 2 of the Frost era.
I noticed that there's a lot of early signees that we can check out, and just to see how much they improved from last spring game to now.
Robin Allen bought his tickets for the standard $10 a pop. On sites such as StubHub, tickets are as low as $11 and selling for an average of $41. With 1,200 tickets available on this site alone, there seems to be plenty to purchase ahead of game day.
It's probably more of a buyer's market at this point because you're dealing, you can buy tickets right now for practically what face value was on them.
Currently, the company's lowest ticket is $15. Its priciest for the glorified practice, $158.
Believe it or not, in Nebraska, they'll often pay even more than that.
Unlike StubHub, at Ticket Express, the company determines the selling price. Friedman says the company's dropped prices over the last few weeks.
We have lowered many of our prices fairly consistently as we continue to eye what the demand is and what the weather's doing.
With the blizzard hitting western Nebraska, sellers think fans are waiting to buy or considering to sell until they see how bad the roads are.
I think it is for people that are in the mid-central portion of our state to the west portion as they wait to see what they're going to deal with.
One factor in the drop of ticket prices is something fans had no control over. You can look at the start of the Nebraska floods as the date that ticket prices for the spring game started to decline.
Their original plans were to attend the game, and now that they're dealing with flood issues or have lost their homes or a variety of other things, that's changed some people's ability to go or not go.
And go they likely will. Over the last 10 years, the spring game's seen an upward trend. The last 2 years are in the top 3 all-time in spring game attendance, and it looks likely this year's game will be a top 3 attended spring game.
I have no doubt that Nebraska will once again, as they always do, pack that stadium.
We're just excited for, for the game and go Big Red.
Reporting in Omaha, Phil Bergman, 3 News Now.
Friedman says the 50-degree weather in Lincoln should be popular with the football fans. She says start time can affect ticket prices as well. The 1 p.m. kickoff does better for sellers than an 11 a.m. start does. A local political group is urging Creighton to pick a new commencement speaker for the class of 2019. Right now, former Nebraska Senator Bob Kerrey is slated to speak. The executive director for Nebraska GOP, Ryan Hamilton, is asking the university to reconsider, citing Kerry's votes against banning partial birth abortions while he served in the Senate. Hamilton says, quote, "We strongly urge Creighton to take a stand for their pro-life values and find a more appropriate figure to honor at their upcoming commencement." The dangers firefighters face happen well before they make it to the scene, and emergency crews say there's one hazard they see almost every time they get a call. In today's Safe Roads Now, Courtney Johns caught up with members of the Papillion Fire Department. Firefighters showed her some of the most dangerous things they see other drivers do on the road.
After spending 12 years fighting fires in Papillion, Anthony Strong knows how to keep his cool.
I'm sure there's some people out there that would say I've blown my top a time or two, but for the most part, I try to stay pretty calm.
Even behind the wheel of a 10,000-pound-plus vehicle, he seems relaxed. But he's watching everything.
Here comes a big bump.
Looking 10 steps ahead.
What that car is going to do, what my exit strategy is going to be, where I can go to avoid an accident.
And the odds of an accident go up when he turns on the sirens.
This is what becomes difficult when a car just keeps doing what they're doing instead of pulling to the right.
When an emergency vehicle's lights are on, drivers are supposed to pull to the right and slowly come to a stop while the emergency vehicle continues in the left lane. When a driver doesn't do that, Anthony has to assume a driver doesn't see him.
Maybe they have their radio up too loud. Maybe they're just not paying attention. Unfortunately, they may be on their cell phone.
And if that driver is still in the left lane, he may have to pass on the right and risk getting hit. But Anthony says it's often the drivers that do see him who cause a crash.
I think they just panic and don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to get out of the way. What do I do?
When that panic hits, Fire Chief Bill Bose says drivers often do one of three things: swerve, run a red light, or just hit the brakes.
There's a lot of weight in these trucks. A fire truck carrying 1,000 gallons of water has a lot of momentum behind it. It takes a long time for that truck to slow down. So we're not able to stop on a dime like a car might be able to.
Instead, Bose says drivers should take a deep breath, and if you can't pull to the right,
hope that these cars see me.
Stop where you can and wait for them to pass.
And the car is going to stop, and then I'll continue through.
When cars don't, it's easy to get frustrated, but Anthony says, like anything, patience is all about perspective.
Every time I get behind the wheel, I think of the person that's with me, I think of their family. I don't want to have to go tell their family member that I've made a mistake, got angry while driving, and now your family member's in the hospital or passed away because of my poor driving skills.
Now, there are two instances when you are not supposed to pull over immediately. The first is when you're on in oncoming traffic and there is a median. And if you're in a roundabout, you should exit the roundabout first and then find a spot to pull over. You can find all of our Safe Roads Now coverage on our website. Go to 3newsnow.com/saferoads and tell us how distracted drivers are affecting you. Email us at saferoads@3newsnow.com. Still ahead, an amazing photo captured for the first time in history. The reaction today to the first photo of a black hole in space.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Jennifer Griswold. Weather with meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin, and sports with Adam Kruger. This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 6.
Tonight on KMTV, Survivor, $1 Million Mile, SEAL Team. Then stay for 3 News Now, live at 10.
This primetime lineup sponsored by VisitTableRockLake.com.
Buckle up. The Zesty Onion Chicken Sandwich is now at Burger King. Made with 100% seasoned white meat chicken, crispy onion petals, and zesty Texas petal sauce. Get the Zesty Onion Chicken Sandwich today, only at Burger King.
Real people, steel people. They want real power, real options, and real value. Right now, grab an easy-to-use battery-powered trimmer starting at just $129.99, or pick up a reliable gas-powered trimmer starting at just $129.99. This season, make it happen at your local Steel dealer. Search STIHL or visit steeldealers.com.
1-800-HANSON's famous triple pane windows are so much better than any other window you can buy that we guarantee them for life. Now get 50% off the installation of our triple pane windows, plus make no payments and no interest till spring 2020. Call now and get a free Android tablet. Whether you buy from us or anyone else, the tablet is yours. 50% off installation won't last long. Call now.
1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
Save big and beautify your home with a new Champion sunroom.
The number of custom options for our sunroom were endless.
Enjoy 35% off a Champion sunroom with participation in our Yes program and payments as low as $2.99 per month. Champion's gorgeous sunrooms are a great way to expand your home's livable space.
Adding this sunroom to our home increased the value of our home tremendously. I smile every time I see it.
And Champion windows are 40% off. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. Call 888-931-CHAMPION.
We're where sick little ones get appointments the very same day. Evenings, weekends, and holidays. We're Boys Town Pediatrics. Come grow with us.
It's a milestone in astrophysics. Today, an international team of scientists showed off the first photo ever taken of a black hole in a galaxy far, far away. Chris Martinez has more from Los Angeles.
Here it is.
Scientists revealed the first ever real picture of a black hole in Washington, D.C. Wednesday morning.
We have seen what we thought was unseeable.
A black hole is an area of space so deep and dense that nothing, not even light, can escape its gravitational pull.
Black holes are major disruptors of the cosmic order on the largest scales in the universe.
Researchers discovered this black hole at the center of a galaxy called M87, approximately 55 million light years away from Earth. Its mass is about 6.5 billion times that of our sun. Scientists work for more than a decade, linking telescopes around the world to capture the image.
Science fiction has become science fact.
Here we go. Until now, mysterious black holes only appeared in the movies and artist animations, but it was Albert Einstein who first imagined their existence more than a century ago with his theory of relativity.
I did not think I would be seeing an image of an event horizon in my lifetime.
Astrophysicist Daniel Stern of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory has been studying black holes for decades. He says this photo opens the door to new discoveries.
Galaxy growth and black hole growth, which comes first? We're finding these really big black holes early on in the universe. How does that work? And
exploration that could include learning more about the black hole at the center of our universe, the Milky Way. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Scientists photographed the black hole over a series of days when there was perfect weather all across the world, and literally the stars had to align. Let's take a live look at the sky right now, and here in Omaha you can see some cloud cover. Meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin is here with what's coming our way. Jen.
Yeah, Jenny, it has definitely been a gray day today, but we've escaped all the rain chances, most of it staying north and west of us along with the snow. This is a massive storm system that's going to impact a large portion of the Plain States. Right now, significant snow over central and western Nebraska, South Dakota, even into the eastern plains of Colorado right now. So eventually these storms that are developing over Kansas will continue to keep working their way eastward and will be moving into the Omaha Metro and parts of eastern Nebraska and Iowa as we go into the late evening hours. Right now, though, it's pretty quiet. It's dry, but it is super windy outside. Northeast winds at 26. After a high of 52, we're now down to 47. So falling temperatures throughout the remainder of this evening. And check out how strong the wind gusts are. They're now up to 40+ miles an hour here in the Omaha Metro, coming in from the east. and that is only going to continue to stay at that almost steady pace here for the next several hours, maybe even going into tomorrow morning. That's why wind advisory is in effect for the Omaha Metro, back to the north over Tacoma, even Atlantic. All of these areas expected to experience strong gusty winds in excess of 40+ miles an hour through at least 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, as we take a look at our overall impacts for the chances of storms